So Joe, can you tell us what's in store for us regarding video distribution, especially in high def, of course?
Certainly on this home theater cruise, I introduced the concept of a file server and internet download capability for movies. And what I'm proposing on a device like this is a freestanding video player that would have an ability to go out to the internet on its own, independent of a computer, would literally have the capability to go out on its own and download movies. Now, the scenario that I discussed in the home theater, here at the home theater cruise, and a scenario that has been developed based on conversations with manufacturers and studios, is that basically a device like this would be pre-programmed to look at particular sites, and it would automatically inquire of those sites, are there any new movies? And what would happen is trailers for those movies would be automatically downloaded into the server. So you would come home at a particular evening and you would turn the server on and say, what's new? And it would present you with an index of trailers. And you would watch these trailers and say, oh gee, I'd really like to see that movie. And you would end up pressing a buy button. And that buy button would go out to the internet and say, sometime tonight, over the dark hours when the internet wasn't too busy, we would download that movie. And so the following day you would come home and the movies that you had purchased would be on the server. Now, among the descriptions that I used in presenting this scenario, the studios that I've talked with have indicated that in an effort to thwart piracy, they're going to release their own 1080p version of the movie on day and date of the movie coming out in the theater.
The very same day?
The very same day that they have proposed, they're going to have the movie on the internet in 1080p. And what they're going to do is, through digital rights management, they're going to allow you to download the movie and play it once for essentially the price of admission to the theater. So in US dollars, they're talking about $10 to $12 per play. While the movie is in the theater, every time you want to watch it at home, you have to pay $10 to $12. Once the movie comes out of the theater, at that point, the copy you have in your system will be available to be played as many times as you would like. Now, obviously, this particular file server has a limited amount of memory, and you're going to want to watch many more movies than can be fit on the file server. So the file server is equipped with a USB port so that files can be copied over to another system. Now, the digital rights management can be transported with that file copy so that within whatever parameters are set for digital rights management, it can be played back within your own system. In fact, there are even discussions of your being able to transport your digital rights management. So if you choose to take your copy of a movie to someone else's house to play, as long as you transport that digital rights management with the player, you will also be able to play your copy of the movie in someone else's home. They won't be able to copy it because they won't have the digital rights management, but you will be able to play your copy in someone else's home. So a lot of the pieces to make this possible are already in place. We, in doing demonstrations, did download trailers from the internet, and we played those trailers as an example of the kind of quality that can be presented. This particular server has an ability to deliver a video quality that is quite a bit better than anything that's available from broadcasters today. And that, I think, was part of the shock of what people were seeing downstairs in the demonstrations, is that the video quality from this can be quite a bit better than they're used to getting from the broadcast world. Now, that has everything to do with the encode scheme, that everybody looks at MPEG-2 now, and the files we've been showing here, the demonstrations I've been doing have been with Windows Media Video, which looks quite a bit better than MPEG-2. So this device can deliver a higher quality than consumers are used to seeing from broadcast. And
so, Joe, do you think that will put everyone into an agreement regarding the format war, namely, HD DVD versus Blu-ray?
Well, I'm certainly calling this an end run. The HD DVD camps and the Blu-ray camps are having discussions about coming up with a uniform format. Well, they are concentrated on their little corner of the world. I feel this corner of the world is going to come out and surpass them.
Okay.
And so I think what you'll be using Blu-ray and HDVD to do is to record at home, to actually take the download and put it on your own DVD. I think each individual home is going to become the DVD manufacturing plant and not a mass distribution system. So that Blu-ray and HD DVD will still have their place, but it will be a completely different place than they anticipated.
That's a very new way to look at it.
Yes.